Thank you. Please be seated. And welcome on this glorious day. Thank you again, Padre, for that. To the special occasion as we're kicking off the Satellite 37 flight of 934 Newmarket Squadron, the Orville Hand Bradford Squadron, to be officially formed along with the grand opening and the first annual ceremonial review. Mark your calendars, that will be May 25th of next year, 2019. And that parade earlier today with Newmarket 94 Squadron and 778 Richmond Hill, I think we owe them a little round of applause. And what about those bands? Weren't they great? Well done, cadets, well done. I'm Jackie Perrin, and I've been involved with Air Cadets for the better part of 25 years as an honorary member of the 140 Squadron and working with its effective speaking program. It all started when I was asked by Ferguson Mobbs, then CEO of Aurora 140, to address the cadets at the annual dinner. It was kind of a lasso bringing me into this. It was to talk about my experience earning my private pilot's license, being a passenger in a CF-18, being with the Canadian Forces Snowbirds, various civilian aerobatic aircraft, and of course being involved as a volunteer, now 34 years worth, with the Canadian International Air Show. And I noticed one of the other volunteers, Anne Sylvie, with the Legion, is here today. Good to see you, Anne. I'm also an honorary snowbird, having worked with the team for many years, and as such I know for a fact that many snowbirds and other members of the RCAF, including the first female snowbird, were Air Cadets. So you're in a very, very good company. I'm a very big supporter of Air Cadets and the opportunities it offers you young people out there. They're extraordinary, and just take every moment and every opportunity available. While they're here, and I'm hope not called away, I want to do a special shout out to the Bradford West Gwillimbury Fire Department. Chief Kevin Gallant is here today. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here and for all you do for this community. And of course, Orville Hand was a firefighter. There are a couple of people, actually 3 people, who could not join us today, so they sent greetings. One, as you will know, was a pilot who has flown not only small aircraft, but has flown well out of this world. Our Governor General, Julie Payette. And she writes, as a former spacecraft operator, licensed aviator, and fan of flying machines in general, it will come as no surprise that I am supportive of any group that promotes flying as a passion. The new Bradford Air Cadet Squadron will give a new generation of Canadians an appreciation for the joys of flight and for our remarkable aviation history, which is an immense source of pride. Perhaps no other nation on earth has relied upon aviation as heavily as Canada. From the days of the first commercial bush plane flights toward the end of World War I, the First World War, aviators and their aircraft have played an integral role in connecting people, goods, and places from coast to coast to coast, all while improving access to Canada's vast territories and regions. Indeed, for some remote and northern communities, aircraft are a literal lifeline to the outside world. Aviators also provide essential services such as medevac, search and rescue, aerial patrol, and agriculture, forest and resource management. I am certain the new Air Cadet Squadron will carry on the proud traditions first begun by our men and women in uniform. They will give back to Bradford in countless ways while developing valuable skills and forming friendships that will last a lifetime. My best wishes to all members and supporters of the Bradford Squadron on this momentous occasion, and signed by Julie Payette. I think that deserves a round of applause for our astronaut Governor General. I think so. Also, our Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, Elizabeth Dowdeswell, and she writes, I am to all taking part in the opening of the Bradford Air Cadet Squadron, I offer my warm greetings. The Air Cadet movement has been a valued part of the social landscape in Canada and Ontario, with its roots stretching to the very early days of the Second World War. Even after the eventual achievement of peace and camaraderie fostered among members of the aviation community persisted, and it continues to this very day. I am delighted by the groundswell of community support for this new squadron, which is poised to offer generations of cadets exciting opportunities to learn valuable life skills while also providing a unique space for local residents of all backgrounds to come together in fellowship. As Her Majesty the Queen's representative in Ontario, I thank everyone who has supported this new institution and extend my very best wishes for success in the years to come. And signed by Elizabeth Dowdeswell. And finally, from the Honourable Peter Van Loan, MP York-Simcoe, congratulations on the building of the Orville Hand Air Cadet Squadron. Your dedication to Canada and to the community of Bradford is to be commended. I applaud the efforts of the membership and the volunteers of the Orville Hand Squadron for the significant role you are playing in getting this new cadet squadron off the ground. The Air Cadets represent the future, teaching service to our country, encouraging excellence and achievement, and taking pride in our community. The enduring role of the Air Cadets demonstrates Canada's commitment to freedom and our community's respect for those who serve in our armed forces. Thank you for your continuing good work and best wishes for success into the future. Again, Honourable Peter Van Loan, we thank him for that. And we have several people here today who would like to bring their own greetings. And I'm very pleased to introduce the Honourable Caroline Mulroney, MPP for York-Simcoe.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this very important occasion here in Bradford. This afternoon, we have come together to support the 37 Orville Hand Bradford Air Cadet Squadron kickoff. This new squadron will not only provide local youth with a new opportunity to get involved in our community, but will also help them learn new skills and build friendships and develop passions that will help them become great role models and great citizens. As Mike Juvonen, who's here with us today, has said about this squadron, they will teach the kids leadership skills, opening the doors to a variety of careers. The skills that these young individuals will learn through this program will help them become leaders of tomorrow. And it is great to be part of a community that has so many opportunities for youth to progress and to have a positive impact on those around them. And I encourage all the young people here who have joined us today to sign up and share in this program with their friends and their family. I'd like to thank Ferguson Mobbs, Mike Juvonen, and George Nielsen for working with the Royal Canadian Air Cadets to launch this squadron in Bradford and focusing on creating good Canadian citizens. I know so much work has gone into this over the last few years, and so thank you for all that you've done for our community. I'd also like to thank all the organizers and the volunteers who spend their time training the youth. Your continued efforts to help the young people of Bradford are greatly appreciated. And thank you all to the organizers and volunteers for their efforts and the Legion for having us here today. You've brought our community closer for a positive impact. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce His Worship Rob Keffer, the Mayor of Bradford. Mr. Mayor.
On behalf of the town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury, I'm very pleased to welcome the 37 Orville Hand Air Cadet Squadron. An Air Cadet Squadron is a wonderful addition to Bradford, West Gwillimbury. It's a new opportunity for youth to learn skills, make new friends, and become invested in our community. And of course, the best way to become invested in our community is to actually host the branch in our community. And I'm very happy that those of you who were traveling elsewhere to join cadets in other towns can find a home for your group here in Bradford, or tell your neighbors and friends that they can join in Bradford and don't have to travel afar. I think we all agree that it's becoming more and more important to provide young people with a chance to take part in activities where they can be challenged, both mentally and physically. The Air Cadets program helps youth prepare for the future, regardless of what career aspirations might be. Whether you have dreams of joining the military, flying aircrafts, or whether your path takes you somewhere else entirely, I hope that all the young men and women who join this program will find that the skills, friendships, and self-confidence you gain here will serve you well throughout your lives. It's a tremendous achievement for our local Legion and members of the Air Cadets League to have brought this program to our community. From the first inklings of a plan up until today, your determination and drive have been remarkable, and I congratulate you all. And it's great to see it all come together today, and I'm very happy to see that you chose the name, the branch in honor of Orville Hand. As many of you already know, Orville Hand was born and raised in Bradford and joined the Royal Canadian Air Force as a young man in 1941. During the Second World War, Mr. Hand was stationed in Trenton, Ontario, Davidson, Saskatchewan, and Agnes, Ontario, before being sent overseas in 1942, when he became an ambulance driver in Topcliffe, England. He returned home in 1945, married his wife Helen in 1946, and went on to open a gas station and garage here in Bradford. He was a well-liked and well-respected businessman and family man. He was a co-founding member of the Legion, helping to build the Legion Hall in 1950. He was an active and dedicated member of the Legion until he passed away in 2009, and his loss has been keenly felt. I have no doubt that he would have been right here beside these other gentlemen, supporting your efforts and cheering the successes of today. Orville Hand is an excellent representation of what it means to give your best to your community, and if a little bit of his spirit of friendship and teamwork is imbued in all of the Air Cadets here today, then you will certainly be off on a very strong foot. I wish all the cadets the very best of luck, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this very important day. Thank you.
Now my pleasure to introduce Mr. John Nolan, Chairman of the Ontario Provincial Committee of the Air Cadet League of Canada.
One of the honors that Jackie never mentioned that she holds is she's an honorary Air Cadet. Several years ago we recognized her, the strong support that she's provided over the years, and I think that accolade should be mentioned. I'd also like to do a shout out to Lieutenant Colonel retired Ferguson Mobbs, who's a member of the Board of Governors of the Ontario Provincial Committee of the Air Cadet League, who was one of the central figures, obviously, in getting this thing going. I remember at a board meeting about a year and a half ago, he was constantly at every board meeting pushing and pushing and pushing us to support getting the squadron going here. And as a former Air Cadet myself, going back, mind you, to the 1960s, one of the things I remember about being an Air Cadet, and this is for all the Air Cadets who are sitting over here, and especially the ones that are standing over there, the last thing you wanted to do was listen to the old guys from the League drone on and on and on. So I bring you my congratulations for the fact that your squadron is taxiing down the runway and is now taking off. And I'm really looking forward to some real success, and I know that 94 Newmarket, we're getting other support here from the other local squadrons. And I just have absolutely no doubt in my mind, with the strong support of the municipality, the strong support the Legion has demonstrated here, that this is going to be a really outstanding and successful squadron. Our wishes are with you, and good luck, and happy flying.
Thank you very much. Now Major Mark Holowatyj, our Area Elemental Advisor for Air.
Good afternoon. Ms. Mulroney, Mayor Keffer, President Juvonen, Mr. Nolan, Major Case, League members, Legion members, friends, military members, family, and most importantly, cadets, I bring you greetings from the Commanding Officer of the Region Cadet Support Unit Central in Borden, Lieutenant Colonel Dore, and Chief Warrant Officer Godbout. I am passing along to you the indication and instructions from Lieutenant Colonel Dore that the success of 37 Squadron is an identified priority, and we're all behind you. Godspeed and best wishes for success.
Well, you've certainly heard about the late Orville Hand, and we are so delighted today that members of the Hand family are here with us, I think coming in from Alberta for this occasion. So please welcome Nancy Hand, the daughter of Orville. So Nancy Sajak, would you come and join us, please?
It's wonderful today to be standing here together to celebrate the forming of a newly acclaimed Air Cadet Squadron. With the perseverance in support of the members of Orville Hand Branch 521 and the other organizations of this town. It brings together camaraderie. Madam Chair, officers, fellow comrades, sponsors, and most welcome guests. On behalf of the Fahan family, we are very proud and honored to be with you in celebration. Our father Orville, Regiment number 131279, as he always identified himself, would be very appreciative knowing that a squadron would be named after him. I could see his face looking down at us now. To you newly acclaimed cadets, with your dedication and commitment, we wish you success and continued support within the community. The Orville Hand Branch 521, number 37 Air Cadet Squadron, we congratulate you on your new endeavors and may your growth and knowledge expand like the brigades of the past years. I would like everybody to join me in applause to the Orville Hand Royal Canadian Legion number 37 Air Cadets. Be strong. Thank you.
And Nancy, where are the other family members who are with you today? Raise your hand. Where are you? Raise your hand for the Hand family. Great. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome so much. We're so pleased to have you here today. My pleasure now to introduce Sharon McHugh, Provincial President of the Ontario Royal Canadian Legion.
Good afternoon. It's truly a pleasure to be here to see this official kickoff of this squadron, and the mere fact that we're able to form new squadrons is impressive to me. And I commend the parents that are present here today and say good for you for encouraging your children to go into the cadet movement. I have a cousin who I said to him, you know, what did Air Cadets do for you? And he said, well, frankly, I wouldn't be instructing flying in Grand Cayman Islands if I hadn't been in the Air Cadets. So you have that kind of a potential ahead of you, and I encourage you to take advantage of that. His sister, on the other hand, she was in Air Cadets as well, and she's the head of nursing in a trauma unit in Tampa, Florida. Again, crediting that from her experience as an Air Cadet. It's not just being an Air Cadet, it's being a cadet as well, because the life experiences, the learning, the skills you'll take on will stay with you forever. And I wish you well in your endeavors in the future. I'm glad to see there's so many of you sitting here today. It's just amazing. And on behalf of the 398 branches and almost 100,000 members of Ontario Command, the senior officers and staff, I wish you success, whatever route you follow. And I wish your squadron all the best and a long future. Thank you.
Some wise words there, and yes, you're right, the cadet movement goes right into your later life, although I missed flying in the Cayman Islands. How did I miss that one? I don't know. Now my pleasure to introduce Gary Pond, Vice President, Royal Canadian Legion of Ontario Command.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, comrades. I'm thrilled to be here today, and I'd like to echo our President's congratulations on behalf of, or for the Orville Hand Cadet Squadron. It's fantastic. I grew up in St. John's, Newfoundland, and I was a cadet when I was a kid, but unfortunately, being a Newfoundlander, I was a Navy cadet, Sea Cadet. However, I did join the military, and when I did join the military in 1972, Graduate Astra was on my cap badge, so I have a lot of roots going back to the Air Force too. So again, I'd like to say congratulations to you today. Thank you very much to the Legion for helping with sponsorship of this cadet organization, and wonderful being here. Thank you all very much.
I'd like to hear now from Pam Davison, District E Commander. Ms. Davison.
Comrade Mike, President, members of the Orville Hand Branch 521, Air Cadets, ladies and gentlemen. This is a proud moment for the Branch 521 and the new Cadets Squadron to start on this new adventure. I wish you every success. I have a nephew in the Air Cadets, 99 Lincoln Squadron. I asked him why he loved being an Air Cadet. His answer was, I love the leadership, the friends, and the goal I have set. His goal is to be in the Canadian Armed Forces. So when I look at the new Cadet Squadron, I see new friends, new memories, new goals, and the new leaders of our future. Thank you.
Major Stephen Case, Commanding Officer of 37th Flight, Bradford. Major.
Distinguished guests, cadets, members of the Legion, members of the Bradford community. I'm going to be very brief because our outstanding bands have been standing back in the sun all this time. And I got to tell you, I am so proud of the work that they've put in today. I want to thank you. Two of the best bands in Ontario playing in the same parade. But I want you to take a look at those cadets. I met a number of those cadets a few years ago when they were new recruits in black pants and white shirts in Newmarket. And I get to see them today as leaders, as musicians, as pilots, and as members of a fantastic organization. For 25 years, people have been saying that the cadet program is the biggest secret, in Canada as a youth group. Well, I'm telling you right now, we've let Bradford in on that secret. Awesome things are going to happen with the youth of this community, and we're really looking forward to the next few years. Thank you to everybody who's put in so much work to make this happen. Thank you very, very much.
And just a reminder, I think the story was they were looking for 250 new pilots in the RCAF, so there you are, there's a future. My pleasure now to introduce Mike Juvonen, President of Bradford Legion and Chairman of the Squadron Sponsoring Committee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Come on, guys. Hello. I've been up since 6 o'clock. You should all be awake now. Comrades, a year ago, August 17th, I remember that quite clearly when Ferguson Mobs and I sat down to sign the application to start the new squadron. And today it's been a success, and it's a lot of hard work. And I want to take this time to thank all of my executives for standing beside me. I have a pacemaker, just take it easy. For doing such hard work and making this happen. But I'd also like to thank the support committee that has come on board. And I'm going to tell you right now that when I was talking to Comrade Ferguson, and he said, don't worry about it. You're the chairman, you'll be fine, you'll find somebody, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, here we go. Well, I can tell you this, I have an enthusiastic team. They're young, they're excited for this, and they're 2 feet forward. Let's go, let's get it done. So I'm just going to call your name out, raise your hand. Tammy is over there, Tammy is our treasurer. Louisa, over there in the corner, he's our secretary for the team. Pedro, he's my vice chair. And Aya, she's our Ways and Means person. And Ron, who couldn't be here today, he had to go to a wedding. But team, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure so far. It's a lot of hard work, and going every night at a meeting night and seeing more and more cadets makes me proud. I'm glad this is happening. And the Hansch family should be happy too, because we're carrying on the name. I'd be remiss if I forgot to mention a name here today, and I think I should. One of the Han families who's a ladies auxiliary member and a long-standing member of the branch, I believe a charter member too, correct? Or Irene, are you a charter member? Yes. Irene Turner is with us today, which is Orville's sister, so thank you very much for being here. I want to thank, today, this morning at 8 o'clock, we had the team here, and I want to thank everyone who came out this morning to help do the setup and get the sound system going. But on top of that, I'd like to thank Trevor. Where are you, Trevor? Put your hand up. Trevor's from the Aurora Legion, and he just happened to come by. He says, do you need a hand with the sound system and some music? Sure. So I said, that guy over there, his name's Dave. Go see him. So thank you very much, Trevor and Dave. Super job on the sound system. Ladies Auxiliary, please stand. There are more Ladies Auxiliary inside, correct? And I'm not going to call them out and embarrass them, but plus Tammy, and yeah, thank you very much for being part of this and being along with us along the way for this journey. And we have a lot more stuff going on, so glad to have you aboard. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask Ruth McIver, where is she, to step forward. She's going to do a presentation to the squadron, donation that was made a little while ago, and there was no official presentation to the squadron because we were still going. So come on up here, Ruth. And Major Case, could you come forward?
This is a $6,000 check payable to Orville Hand 37 Air Cadet Squadron. When you see us canvassing for Poppy, the campaign that's about to start, this is one of the endeavors that your money goes to.
At this time, there was another donation done to the squadron. An application for a grant was applied to the town of West Gwillimbury for monies to go towards the new squadron. With great news that we heard from the town has donated some money towards the squadron as well. So I would like to ask for Mayor Keffer to come forward, and Steve. It was for a donation of $6,000 towards the squadron. Thank you. Next. The next is for a gentleman who has been behind us all the way from the very start. He runs a company called UFly, and whenever asked, he comes out to do simulators. When we had our first kickoff in our open house, he brought 2 simulators here. Who was here for that? Put your hands up, cadets. Should be all of you. And the town. And he did it out of the goodness of his heart to help us out. And again today, he is here with 2 simulators and his team, and please use them. They're here to let you fly a plane, and for the older folks here, you can crash it. Okay. So at this time, I'd like to ask Claudio to come forward. This award is presented to Claudio Teixeira of UFly in appreciation of your generous support on behalf of the Bradford Air Cadet Squadron September 22nd, 2018.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Thank you very much for this. For the Air Cadets, I can only say one thing. I wish I could be your age. Aviation is my passion. I wish I could be a pilot. It is still in my bucket list. We never desist, never give up. But for the Air Cadets, please, if you have a chance, this is an amazing profession. It's an amazing opportunity for you guys and girls to do this and take advantage if you can. And the Air Cadets is very good because we do need rules and we do need the family, and all that's important for everyone. So all the old folks, like myself as well, we had that when we were young at your age, and we see a lot of change these days. So I believe the Air Cadets, it's very important because they give you all those importance of family rules, family being together, and respect. So thank you very much once again.
Now you're sure you're done? Sure, I think so. We'd also like to have a shout out and a thanks to some other people who have contributed to the squadron and done so much more for us. The Squadron Sponsoring Committee of 94 Newmarket Squadron, Michelle Tyrone, where are you? There you are, right down there. St. Louis Bar and Grill, Amber Morrison, where are you? Over there, okay. Cooper Equipment, Stephen McDougall. Stephen, are you here today? Well, we thank him. And from Zares, Evan McGee. I don't know if Evan is here. And certainly a big thank you to Food Basics here today who has helped us out. So a big applause for everybody who has helped out today on this glorious occasion. And again, special thanks to the Air Cadets. My goodness, you've got a great future ahead of you. So much ahead. And I kind of envy you in some ways because you have opportunities that some of us just didn't have years ago. Also a reminder to mark your calendars, the first annual ceremonial review and grand opening will be May 25th, 2019. I will now ask you to stand as you can for O Canada and the benediction. It wasn't finished.
One more thing, there's another donor. Yoo-hoo! Hello. Yoo-hoo! A couple weeks ago, I was invited, I had the great honor to attend the Run for Bradford. And every year that they do this run, they allow monies to go to different items in the town. And this year, the organization has named Bradford Air Cadet Squadron and the Bradford Raise the Roof campaign for monies to go towards that was raised during the race. So if I can have the representatives come forward from that to do a presentation. Major Case, if you could come forward, please.
Good afternoon. Please join me one more time to appreciate the wonderful parade that we exhibited a short while ago. Before this is presented, I would like to appreciate and recognize the initiatives taken by Legion and the city. We are highly appreciative of the wonderful initiative that you are taking. We, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, run for Bradford, and the main purpose is to raise funds in order to meet some of the community needs. You may like to recall, some of you who attended last year's Canada celebrations, that I, on behalf of the community, presented a final check making a total of $25,000 to the mayor in order to meet the needs of library. We normally run it through the mayor and his council. This time we approached them and asked them, what is your new initiative? How you would like us to move forward? They recommended the Legion and the new initiatives. We are very happy that we are now a part of these initiatives. This is a humble presentation to you and through you to other initiatives that you are participating, and we would like to do more cooperation and collaboration, not only with this organization, but any other agency and organization in the town. That is our motto: love for all, hatred for none. That is we will continue these efforts, and please remember, we have no political ambitions whatsoever. All that we ask for is please pray so that there is peace. Thank you very much.
Okay. Going for dinner tonight, honey.
You now tell us we are done. So please, once again, rise as you can for O Canada and the benediction.
Let us pray. Lord, the life you give each of us is full of new beginnings, and we thank you for this new beginning. Let it be a beginning with positive effect for individuals and the community. Teach us afresh, renew your eternal truths that we should love one another, and that working together is always better than working against one another. We pray for these first cadets and for those who will join in years to come. May the God of hope fill us with all joy and peace in believing, so that the power of the Holy Spirit may abound in hope and live in unity of spirit. Amen.
Thank you for joining us today, and best of luck to the new squadron and to all the cadets. Thank you for joining us.